Today's video lesson is brought to you by the Tennessee District Attorney's General Conference Information Systems IT Training Department. Thanks for watching. The video today is going to discuss how to edit audio files using Audacity. And that is Audacity, the computer program, and not the quality or state of being audacious. Okay, so the primary need for this is, you may have experienced this, maybe you haven't, but you may be given a lot of audio files that are extremely long, and in order to use them in court, use them to provide information to someone else, all you need is a certain segment of that. Say you've got an hour-long audio file and you only need 3 minutes. Well, doesn't it make sense just to be able to trim it so that you only you will be able to pull out that 3 minutes that you need, and you won't have to fumble around trying to find the certain point in time that you need for, say, your jury to listen to? That's exactly what Audacity program does. And it does a lot of other things that we will not cover in this video, but we will get into the file extraction and cutting up and getting specifically to the areas that you will need to use, especially in court case related incidents. Okay, so most of the files that you're given, this will be one example, this might not be all, but many of you are receiving DCR files, or digital court record or recorder files. There's a certain program that needs to be used in order to open this up. And if you are wanting to trim this file, the best way to do this is to go ahead, let's get started with this one. Prime case is Audacity does not recognize the DCR format. So once you have the DCR file and you have the digital court player, all you have to do here is go to your menu bar, click on File, click Export. When you click on the export, this will give you your variety of audio settings that you want to pull out or convert this current file into. And in this case, what we're wanting to do is we're going to save this as a WAV file. Your other options is to save it as a current DCR file, an AVI file, or Windows Media file, WMA or WMV. We're going to keep it as a WAV. Most of these other settings are default, and you should go ahead and keep those unless you are advanced and need to have some of them altered. And we're going to keep this the same. It was an auto name, kept the prefix, and added that additional wording to it. We're going to save. As you can see, it is currently processing here. It should be saving to the desktop. Looks like we're almost done. Okay, the file is now exported. We will close the DCR player out. Let's move this off to the side. And the file that it just created is called long audio file all-chs. Okay, so now we've got a WAV file. Just converted it from a DCR file to a WAV file. Next, you will need this program installed on your computer. This is called Audacity. It has this setting because it was recently opened up, or attempted to be opened up. And whenever you have this, once you begin to use this program, there's a lot of additional things that you can utilize within the program, and you'll certainly become a little more familiar And a lot of these items you may not even need or use, but they can become helpful whenever you want to make some customized or tailored audio for certain things that you may or may not be using. So go to the menu bar, click on File. What we're wanting to do is import the audio file that we just converted to WAV. I'm going to point that to the desktop. That was called long audio file all CHS. We're going to open that. You can see the program currently imports. And along with the Audacity program, there is an additional plugin that will need to be installed in your computer whenever you have this program set up. So you can see here, this current audio file has the pitches and the various volume levels and whatnot that make up this entire audio file. You can see down here that the length of this full video is 27 minutes 59.640 seconds. And from your computer, you can certainly click on the play button, and as the file plays, you'll see the decibel levels or the volume levels going up and down the scale. If it was not working, you'd certainly see nothing happen. Might even have some red bar areas here. So the whole point in what you are, say in this case, wanting to do, you're wanting to find the point, or I should say you want to start from the beginning and actually find the point or the segment that you are wanting to capture within this video. After you do that, there's a couple little tools that you want to use in order to get there. However, the current selection tool is impressed. Here's a zoom tool, and then here's your cut tool. Let's actually put all that back. Control Z. And the reason why I did that is because the entire clip was selected and the cut function was selected. Cut tool. Okay, so I'm going to click on the zoom tool, and if you have an idea, say after you have listened to the audio file, you know that say the audio that you are needing somewhere around the 12-minute mark, maybe 13. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to click on the zoom tool. We're going to click or left click once to go closer in time, actually to get more of a fine-tuned area. And the more that you do click, the closer it will get in. And of course, down here in the slider bar, you can see that you can scroll to the left or to the right to go back in time, or to go forward within the segment of this file. And the segment that we need, we just want 1 minute. So I will zoom out just one segment because I'd like to get that full minute in without having to scroll over. Okay, now we've got the zoom tool selected. We will now actually use our selection tool. And the neat thing about Audacity, whenever you have dull or no sound segments, it gets closer to a straight line, and wherever there is sound and or the audio making the reverberations or sounds or various parts within the file, you will see the spikes in the file, or excuse me, in this reader that allows you to know, hey, okay, here's a dead spot, we can go ahead and get rid of that. So now in this case, since we are only wanting 3 minutes, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to put this right here. Once I left click and hold, I am currently holding, and I moved my mouse to the left, and it's going to automatically make that adjustment to the left. Okay, now I'm all the way to the left. I unclick or release release the mouse button, and I'm wanting to trim that side. So I wanted just 1 minute. Started off at 13 and went back to 0. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the scissors, which is the cut. Now that just got rid of that full segment. I'm going to zoom out. We started off with 20, let's see, I think that was 27 minutes. Okay. And now we are down to 15. So now I want that 1 minute segment. Now I'm going to go back in. We are looking at an overview of what we have just cut. Well, excuse me, what remains from that cut. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click on the zoom tool. Try to get back into just that 1 minute segment that I wanted. I see that and you can also position the magnifying glass right around the time frame that you want, and it should penetrate and stay right there. When I'll make the selection tool by clicking that, see that there is a dead spot here, which is a good point to cut. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag my mouse to the right. We're going to hold it there until it gets all the way to the other side or the end of the audio file. May have just a little more of a moment here than I want. And you'll see down at the bottom there is a selection that you can make to actually automatically go there instead of us having to drag and drag and hold to get to the end of the file. But we'll show that in another video. Sometimes that can, without being familiar with the program, it can mess you up a little bit. And you have to start all over again. Okay, we are almost there. Okay, here we go. Now, I still have it held. I just want to go to the end. See, I made that selection there. So we are at the end from that 1 minute segment beginning to the close to the 15 minutes here. We're going to once again select the cut tool, which is the scissor button. Once I click that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom out. That is Control 3. We can see that we do have just a little smidge of audio that we wanted here. I'm going to press Control A, and that will select the entire segment. And you can also click in the gray area here within this item segment. I'm going to click back on the magnifying glass just to check it. And you can see here, say that we want to go ahead and play. Starts from the beginning. Looks like we have just that 1 minute segment that we wanted. Perfect. Now, all I have to do, I'm in the habit of always doing this, is I always click over here, make sure that that is highlighted. I'm just going to click on File, Export Audio. I'm going to put this to the desktop. This is a WAV file. We will call this now short audio file. Click Save. And what this information here does, this pop-up window, is allowing you to edit the metadata, which is the information bound to the file. So if you wanted certain comments on the file that you wanted whoever it gets sent to for them to be able to read, any notes or things of that nature, as well as giving preference to the artist name, track title, album, track number, year, and genre, you can certainly do that. In this case, we are not needing to. We'll go ahead and click OK. And usually does it very quick. And you'll see now we have a short audio file. Click on the properties of that. See the size went down very short. And we do have a length. This is now a 1 minute, 1 second audio file. And if I just want to test that real quick, I'm going to open it up with VLC player. Starts immediately. Looks good. Thank you very much.